Oh my god, welcome to Shut Up and
Hi,
Clap!
everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, we're your hosts. I'm Colby Cusick.
My name is Brittany Thailander. I know you probably thought it was like Jennifer Lawrence or something. I'm sorry.
And I'm Fat Jonah Hill.
Hot, hot, hot.
Or Brian Dennehy. Hey, it's gonna be a great show. We have Lee Robinson and John McCombs. We're gonna guess the plot of Lifetime movies and watch TikToks. Oh fuck, keep watching this show. Oh my god. Hey everyone.
Hi everyone. That was such a juicy. Every time I watch that intro, I see something new, and like the high five we gave each other and that to end it.
I know.
It had like
Cat King, by the way. Credit to Cat King for both the song and the video. She's wonderful.
I don't know if she's wonderful. I don't know if that's her laughing either, but it seems like.
I think she said she got a bunch of like stock laughs, so she had to listen to weird stock laughs for like hours. Hey, Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
Everyone clap for Rachel.
Rachel loves our show so much. They tune in every fucking week. And they are a great artist, and you should follow them on their Instagram.
Absolutely.
Cheers to Rachel.
You should. Thanks for watching the video. Hey, if you're watching, why not like the video? Why not? Give it a shot. We're also on YouTube, and we're supposed to be at my website, or our website, my website, yeah. But it's not up yet.
That's okay.
But
are we on Twitch too? Are we Twitch famous?
Uh-oh. Yes, and we're on Twitch. Uh-oh. So many things for so many people to definitely watch us on. Brittany, how are you doing?
Oh, you know, Colby, every day is a new journey.
It's true.
of getting through everyday life. You know, it's wild and crazy and fun, and you know I wouldn't have it any other way.
Nor would I. Ooh, I think
I'm telling you. I potty training is still going. It's still going. Seamus is so incredibly constipated. I don't know what to do with this boy. We've just recently started, he loves smoothies because he thinks it's ice cream because he's 3 and is not very smart. And we've been sneaking prune juice in it so he'll shit more.
Ooh.
What 3-year-old doesn't love prune juice?
All 3
I put like
a
a tablespoon of peanut butter in there and just mask it. I'm like, it's a peanut butter shake. Enjoy. I hope you like that. So that's what's been up. That's what's been up with me.
That's fun.
Yeah.
There was some like comedy drama in Kansas City today. Incredibly interesting stuff.
Which is it feels like an oxymoron. What do simple Midwestern comedians have to get upset about? You know, it seems silly. I just hope to one day be treated like a fucking comedian. That would be rich. It would be rich to taste.
Yeah, but you're one of those lady comedians.
Yeah,
wearing
you're right. I don't
small girl underpants. To fill everybody in today on the Kansas City Comedians page, this man from Little Rock.
Little Rock. I thought it was Oklahoma, but it's not.
He posted this thing. It was like promoting a comedy contest for women at a loony bin, right?
Yeah.
And it was like All right, ladies, put on your big girl panties and see if you're just as funny as the guys.
What that was just what it was, Colby, which was just so blatantly. It was just such a
Sexist.
It was such a choice, you know. There was that, but then there was also the original post where it was like, "Can you hang in front of a hostile audience?" It's like,
Ugh.
you mean like every other show I've ever been on? Whenever I get up on stage, yeah. I mean, I am something to be admired. Whenever I'm up on stage, I want you to look at me like I'm one of those polar bears swimming underwater. Like, I want you to be like, she's fucking huge. She's really doing it, you know?
And then you murder them and rip their arms off.
Oh, if I could be a polar bear swimming and then go up on like the little, you know, fake ice. It's just like white painted rocks, but just tear apart a salmon and have them be like, this is gross, but so interesting. I want that to be what people feel whenever I'm on stage, you know?
Would
like
you rather be the Coca-Cola polar bears or the those Charmin bears that shit all the time and wipe their asses on trees or whatever?
Klondike bear.
Ah, good choice.
Polar bear, through and through.
I'd go any bear that can ride a tricycle and or bicycle.
I'm literally like in the process of getting a circus bear in a tutu riding a unicycle tattooed on my body.
Well, really? Shit,
yeah. Because it kind of reminds me of being a comedian. Like, I love this idea of like a little bear wearing a tutu and riding a unicycle and people being like, I bet she loves doing this. And I'm like, no, I do this because I have to.
Yeah, and then a bunch of like guys go up to the bear after the show and like, yeah, I've always thought about riding a tricycle with a hat on. I bet I could do it if I get up there.
If I give you a note, I don't produce any shows, and I do maybe one showcase every 3 months. But do you mind if I give you a note on your joke that you've been doing for 3 years? Do you care if I do that for you? I know we aren't friends and we don't know each other, but can I give you unsolicited advice on something that you have a better idea of how to do than myself?
I mean, these people are always really good that are doing this.
And you know what? There's a lot of people that are way better than me, but the difference is that I don't go up to anybody that I'm not friends with or I don't know very well and give them unsolicited advice on how to do.
Let me tell you something. I've never done comedy before, but hey, let me give you a couple tips, miss. One day you'll be there up there with the big boys.
I wish I could hang with all of you, Colby. I wish I was as good as you guys. God.
I mean, one day.
Maybe someday. Colby, you are, you know, we could. I don't care. I don't want anyone to like me anymore. I want everyone to be afraid of me. That's what I want. I don't want to make people laugh. I want to make people scared.
Oh yeah, duh. That's the entire way I do comedy.
Is that what you do, Colby?
Yeah. People are either laughing or mad or terrified. Whichever one is good.
Do you feel like a lot of the time people are like, is he okay?
Yep. I've been asked many a time.
You know, we could talk about like the turds in this scene, but you know, we honestly do have like a really good group of guys here.
It's true.
Specifically guys. We have amazing comedians who are women in this city, but we have a lot of solid dudes, and
yeah,
I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with that. You're such a champ. I love you so much. I love doing this show with you.
Thanks,
I was honestly just like excited to do the show with you so we could shit talk him a little.
I mean, Little Rock is the place you go to do comedy. When you make it there, you can make it.
Yeah, whenever I think of like my goals and my dreams of doing comedy, you know, like the Stellar
to the
is
rock.
number one, and then number two, the Looney Bin in Little Rock. Yeah.
Oh, comedy's fun, huh?
Have you
What
ever
a
done a
stupid
comedy
nightmare.
competition, by the way, Colby? Have you ever done like a comedy competition?
I have. The last one I
You-
did was the host competition at the
Okay.
Comedy Club of Kansas City, which I was supposed to be in the feature one, and then I lost that because they said I couldn't really host because I'm too crazy, and I should have done the feature one, and I said, yeah, I know. But that was fun.
I don't really like competitions. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I feel like and I try to tell this to people who do competitions, because I kind of like learned early on, like, I don't really like comedy competitions. Everything's so subjective. And here's the thing, if you get kicked off in a competition, you feel inferior because you're like, where did I mess up? I could have done this. This person did great that night. Like, and then sometimes if you like get far, you're like, what did I deserve this? And then you have like imposters. That is a lose no matter what when you do a competition. Do you know what I mean?
No, I can only win. I either win or everyone is so mad and hates me so much that I don't know. It feels good anyway. And that's always fun. Comedy competitions are stupid. Very subjective.
Yeah.
Usually judged by random dummies.
They kind of feel like a reality show in a sense that they feel a little produced.
Ugh, what
Like-
a bad reality show. I can't imagine a worse reality show than, like, here's
There was
20 comedians from Omaha. All in a house. All in an RV going around the country.
Not even from around the country. Yeah, just like
Here's 7
From-
guys and 1 lady.
from Des Moines. Yeah, like what?
From Decatur. Decatur's got a great scene, man. Don't talk shit on Decatur,
I don't like
Illinois.
I don't like comedy competitions, but I love roast battles.
Roast battles are fun. We haven't had a thing like that here in quite a while.
I think they're good fun.
I think so too. I'm bad at it. It is not.
I'm pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm really bad.
I win them. Well, here's the other thing about comedy competitions, and this is another thing that I've experienced as a woman in comedy. I've done roast battles before, and I've had like producers and hosts of the show come up to me afterwards and be like, I was like psyched that I beat the people I did because they were both very funny guys. And they were like, well, yeah, like the girl always wins. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? And he was like, the audience just either always chooses them or like we push you through so that you can like win. And I'm like, so you're just discounting my win right now, dude?
Christ. That's ridiculous. Ugh.
It was such a bizarre thing, and like the people that I beat, who are like 2 of my best friends from Madison. I beat Mike John Jack, who is hilarious. We've had him on multiple times, and then my friend Bennett Brown, which I don't know if we've had him on. We should definitely have him on. He was one of the winners of a Madison roast battle, like the giant bracket. He won the entire thing. So I was so excited to have him on. To like beat him. But I'm excited to have him on. But yeah, it was just like really psyched to beat him, and then they were like, well, yeah, like.
Well, yeah, you're a lady.
Like, the girl always wins.
It's funny
unless she,
that,
like,
well, the
fucks her
audience picks them. Usually the audience likes them more. They're lying. It's a lady. Come on.
up. So
Why would
so
you
I
say that to
win,
somebody? That's insane.
They like me and they liked my jokes more, so I won.
Just because you got boobs.
I mean, I had.
Rachel
there was
says,
also
sounds like comedy
anti-
and tech have a lot in common. And yes.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Full of dickheads.
There's a few, but you know what? I'm just gonna keep doing. Here's the thing, Colby. A lot of these competitions and stuff happen at like clubs, and some clubs are very good. Not all clubs are bad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like we have a ton of great ones here. So our like DIY and our independent scene kind of thrives. We have a lot of cool venues in Kansas City that aren't clubs.
Like the Mockingbird Lounge, for example.
Like the Mockingbird Lounge. We have Barrel of the Bottoms, like stellar places that we're in. The Rhino is amazing. It's a venue, but they do better comedy competitions than half the clubs here. Like,
oh, yeah, 100%. The clubs are not good. I don't know. They're fine. Whatever. I mean, they're fine.
Whatever. Colby and myself certainly are going to be getting booked on.
I'm never going to get. I made too many old people too angry to get back in there again, I guess.
I don't know, but I'm really grateful for. You wouldn't think that maybe we would have like a good independent scene here in Kansas City, but we do.
It's true.
We're lucky in some ways, so it's not.
We are. Look how lucky we are. Look at that. Yeah. Hey, if you're watching again, hey, look at the video. Look at all those thumbs, huh? Ooh. Hey, Brittany, let's stop gabbing about comedy and get our next guest on, huh?
I'm psyched to have our first guest on of this evening. She's going to show us some of her pottery. She's coming all the way from Denver, Colorado. Make a lot of noise for Lee Robinson.
Hello.
I feel like I just
kind of gay ass corner. Look at your little gay ass corner.
So I just get out of the frame and just let I can get back in the frame and do it. I make it gayer. Well, I just feel like I just watched like a sponsored post for like the Kansas City comedy scene. Kind of was feeling convinced. Not gonna lie.
Like,
convinced of how awful it is? Agreed. Just kidding.
I was just honestly trying my best to have that entire first segment and not get like ignite the sad alert. That's all I was tryring to do. Not let it get there.
No, that's real. I was literally like, you messaged me about being on the show, and I was like, what am I gonna talk about? What do I have going on right now? And it is pottery. Let's be honest. That's kind of what I'm working with. I'm not really writing anything right now. Anybody writing anything? Curious?
No, not a thing. I'm just cute and funny. Like, that's all I am. That's all.
You're making TikToks, which is huge. That has comedic value.
True.
Please stop.
No, stop. Yeah.
Just to being a psychopath on the internet. That's all I can do these days. I used to be a psychopath in public and
right.
Make everyone really anxious and nervous around me at all times. But now I can just do it on my computer, on my phone. That reach.
Oh, huge reach. So many fans.
Tits and ass will get you so far.
Really will. I know. I'm on TikTok and I'm, I was trying to start a pottery TikTok.
You're going to have the best following. Make it so gay. Make it abundantly clear.
Okay, can I run a couple like handle names by y'all?
Yes.
Okay. Right now it's I was high and I made it general store pancakes. Okay, like I don't really know what was happening for me. But okay, I just have one idea and it came from my roommate. I can't even like claim this brilliance as my own. But the handle would be Hairly Potter. And it's like, I'm like, is it bad or is it good bad? Okay, I'm getting a lot of bad. Okay. Interesting.
I'm on the board of good bad for Hairly Potter.
I'm just fucking stupid. Okay, Britt, you're on TikTok. You have Colby. You may be on TikTok. Colby, are you on TikTok?
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, Britt. All right. What's your take? Do I need to have a hot TikTok name or what? What's the deal?
No, just like have it. I mean, do you want to connect it to your comedy like at all, or do you want it to be like completely its own thing?
I don't know. Because I'm like, what is comedy right now? And I'm, having a new name. I'm like, okay, I'm just getting used to Welcome to Chili's, which I really like.
I
But
think you should have that I think you should have it be the same because then it'll be an easy transition for Instagram. You can get some Instagram followers.
right.
Mine's the same. Mine's the same. I kept it the same.
It's this whole strategy of it. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. So
I think you should keep it the same.
We'll see, but I have so much more respect for TikTokers because I'm like, these editing tools are like fucking 10 years in the future.
Think about the children who just like are gonna have the mind for this.
No, I already think that. I'm like, all advertising agencies completely screwed. No chance.
Oh,
you have no
the people our age that work for them are out of the loop.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh yeah. God. So so that's like my big update is the pottery update. It's pretty exciting.
Even like the young people that I know that are on TikTok and like successful, like 24 years old or like 25 or something, just like 5 years younger than me, they are so much better than I am. They at least can like get a lot of aesthetic and timing, and mine is just my face like screaming into the camera because I don't have the skill set at all. Like a bitch can hope for good lighting and that I look hot and that my opinions go over well with like that a lot of gay people will see this. And a lot of people like will see this and be like, I like her.
Yeah, I'm literally like, how do I get the gay people to see me? It's a huge question. And I think
Lee, I wonder if they're gonna be able to tell if you're gay.
I don't know. It is actually so interesting how many mullets there are. I feel like I really had a unique thing going. And now I'm like, this is stock on TikTok. Like everybody has this just starter pack. I thought I was unique, and I got on TikTok and I'm like, not unique.
I think people are gonna like see your pink house and be like, I have so many questions. Like, who are your roommates? People are gonna ask for house tours. You have the cutest house.
That's so true. Yeah, I've got some fun things to show off, but yeah, it's kind of a question of like, how do I get onto people's For You page? Colby, are you any of this or Oh, you're muted. So unfortunate.
Son of a bitch. Yes, my TikTok pottery name would be Squattery, and it'd just be me like pooping in vases or vases. Excuse me.
Well, I love that idea. That is an interesting concept. I wouldn't watch, but I do feel like that has legs in the, kind of conceptual art world.
Of course.
Just make
I put a lot of good pieces together.
If I lived in Denver and I was making pottery, it would have to be like some sort of like pot weed reference. Even though you're not like a huge stoner, you live in Denver and you're throwing pots.
Yeah, I've put up 4 TikToks, and one of them was like I was putting a smiley face on the planter, and it's just like a little video or whatever. And the caption was like something about like putting a smiley face on the pot, whatever. I'm so lost on my brand on TikTok. It's hilarious. And I got 2 comments, and one of them was like, not me thinking of the different kind of pot. Well, and I'm like, cool. I don't know. Like, what do I say? Like, are you right? And I'm like, I live in a place that we Google, so it's like not a big deal. Anyways.
There are a bunch of children on the app. Luckily, I have stayed. They're like, we know you're old, bitch. Like, you were a theater kid. You like a lot of theater videos. You like a lot of like nostalgia videos. We know how old you are. You don't need to be.
You're not shown the children videos, or they're not shown your videos, or both.
Both. Like, I don't know. I get a lot of people like my age. I think like the youngest people I probably get is like 21.
Oh, okay. So young.
But it's but it's still so young. But at least they're like adults, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. My latest follow I'm excited about is like this 52-year-old lesbian. And I'm like, yes. You follow her too? I'm like, wow, how do I get into this part of TikTok?
they're also there's a lot of hot people on TikTok, and I'm just like, how? It's pretty you make
interesting.
money off of being hot, right? And they're just like normal people.
Yeah, I know.
I saw this video about TikTok, and this isn't like a funny thing or anything. I don't know why I'm talking about it, but it was about how like Instagram is gonna kind of start to fade out because people on Instagram are like posting things of like what they want you to think of them, but in TikTok, it's
Right.
kind of just like a more natural setup of people doing like mundane things, and people
Yeah.
like appreciate that, and people are like more into that now than like posting about brunch and like doing all that.
Well, it's like if you're going to brunch right now, I like probably hate you. Kind of a vibe. No offense to anybody who goes to brunch, like, but
you're
like,
ruining it for everyone. Please stop going to
Yeah,
brunch.
here.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, no, it's like the curated grid or whatever. Like, it's like it feels hard to like post to the grid anymore, or like you have to do all this. And it's like TikTok is just like you can kind of be like, but that's the thing. It's like you're hot, but you're ugly, or like you're messy, you're real. And I'm like, how much of it is that you're actually real? Right? Can we be honest with ourselves?
I mean, everything's curated for online.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, what else do we have to do right now?
This is
Y'all not.
I want everybody to be honest right now about what their hours are for screen time. What are you maxing out at?
Can you pull it
What's your
up? Can we
average?
just pull it up and can we get hard data? I want to know.
I'll tell you mine from last week because it was atrocious, and I'll never forget that number for as long as I live.
Wow. Okay, I got a new phone, so I don't think it's updating.
That's fine.
But what it's telling me is I'm averaging 5.5 hours. Pretty high, but
That's
I
not
feel
too
like
bad.
it's been
I've had
That's
like
not too
8
bad.
before.
Lee, that's not too bad.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I'm more of an 8er.
Yeah. Where are you at, Colby?
Well, see, it's hard because like phone screen time, it says 3 hours 44 minutes, but now I have to look at my laptop like for hours and hours at a time. So yeah, it's like frying my brain. It's cool. I gotta get those blue glasses for computer folk.
Okay, Colby, I bought those last year. I don't think they work.
Ah, damn it.
I don't think they're also really ugly. Like when I leave. I'm sorry, I had to break it to you. I'll go grab them and I'll put them on for when I rejoin. They're not cute. I made a mistake, but I don't think they work.
Well, that's horseshit. God damn
I know. Well, I bought them for like $10, so I didn't feel that bad about being out the purchase. But I think it's more like you just have to like do less screen time. There's no secure like glue blocking glasses.
Damn it.
Which,
well, whatever. Who needs eyes or ears? I'll be only a nose man. No mouth, no eyes, no ears. Strictly
wait,
nose.
how is your mouth getting lost here?
I mean, if my eyes and my ears are going, you assume they gotta take one more thing.
Okay, you can't have more.
Only a mouth is pretty funny though too.
It's kind of weird. We have like 4 things on our head. Like it's the eyes, the nose, the mouth, and the ears. No, really, it's kind of like we are Mr. Potato Head, but people.
Do you ever wonder like why?
Oh, thank you.
Do you ever wonder why ear, nose, and throat doctors aren't called just like head doctors?
Ear
or like face doctors?
Well, because they're different than optometrists.
Sinuses and stuff.
And then there's
I guess
dentists.
so.
They're all connected.
But like your ears too? Like that's your whole head. Come on.
Yeah.
That's That's a lot.
But
of
if you say
head.
head, then it's like, would you also have to know how to do the eyes and how to do like dental work? Like that's a lot. That's a lot of skills.
Yeah, that's too many things.
I'm not a doctor.
And a head doctor, that you could say that's like a neurologist or something.
Oh, right, like a brain specialist.
He's my head doctor.
Head
Yeah,
I'll talk
Britt,
to him every
awful
once in a
idea. Come on. I thought you went to med school. What's going on with you? F it up.
Every time I get kicked out of Monster Jam, I got to go to my head doctor. He puts me straight.
Like really reminded me of Missouri. No, unfortunately, the Monster Jam vibes.
Monster Jam's hilarious. It's fun.
What
really
would
is.
you do
It's
to
so
just-
loud.
What would
It's
you
like
give to go to a Monster Jam rally? I would give so many dollars. Colby, I'd wear my cutoff Garth Brooks shirt.
hell yeah.
Yeah, Lee, I have a cutoff Garth Brooks shirt.
That's amazing.
It's a
I'd
great
love
shirt.
to see that sometime.
I've been
Yeah,
to Monster
I'm
Jam like
wondering.
once recently.
I've never been. Was it fun? Like, did you like gear up? Did you go with friends? Like, what was this vibe of your
I went with my
attendance?
friends. They wanted to go. I just like tagged along. And it was fucking awesome. Fucking Gravedigger was there. You know, the most famous
big
one.
truck.
Yeah, the big old truck. There's big
Okay.
trucks and things on fire, and there was a big monster that crushed a car.
It's like the
And-
circus for cars.
Yeah, and it's full of like
Yeah.
babies with big giant headphones on.
Oh,
That's
I
the
love
weirdest part about the whole thing. It's like all
I
like
love it.
0 to 3-year-olds with gigantic headphones on.
Wow. I think I would probably pay. I would pay probably a lot more than I ever would have in the past to go to something like that. To just put on an outfit. I would probably put on an outfit similar to what you were talking about, Britt. I've got a cowboy hat. Like, it would be a really
Your
good time.
pink Cowboy
The pink
hat.
Yeah. Yeah. It would
Well,
be a
there's
really
no way they don't have Monster Jam right now, probably, right?
yeah.
Or like underground Monster Jam.
Mm.
Kind of hard.
I don't know if Colorado would, but Missouri probably.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So let's not give them any ideas.
Yeah. Let's just lock that up. Keep that under wraps.
You've been keeping kind of busy though, Lee. Yesterday I saw that it was a very nice day in Denver. You had on some shorts. You went to the park. I saw that. That looked very fun. But you've
Oh
also
my
been keeping yourself with your pottery, and I would love to see some of your pottery. Could we
Yes.
see some of your pottery? On here?
Absolutely. We had like this whole streak of gorgeous weather happen. So like it was 60 degrees the last several days. Last weekend I was able to pull my like pottery wheel outside. What I'm going to show you is from like a year or two ago, so it's nothing new. I have all these new glazes that I was talking about with my friend Jules, who does pottery full time, and she was like, "Yeah, I saw you got the Jungle Gym Jewel like glaze." And they're like these bright color. They have these names like funfetti and like really fun, cute, exciting stuff. And we were talking about it, and like I heard a little judgment in her voice. And then like 30 minutes later, she was like, "Yeah, it's like, kind of like for kids." And I was like, I knew you were judging my
Oh my
glaze.
god.
But I'm excited. So this is some old stuff. So it's much more like kind of classic pottery. It's nothing like I'm trying to get to like some weird kind of stuff. But this is a nice little bowl I made several years ago. She's gorge. We've got, some classic little kind of
The
It's
shape
like a
on that is
paper
unreal. So good.
this is so cute, so organic. This one sits on my bedside table. I dumped out a bunch of lube and like eye drops. If anybody was curious about what this one typically holds.
Loose lube.
And then this other one. Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
what
like
brings the lube
lube,
here?
So, well, I use a different one that's on the other side of my bedside, but I've got some Uber lube. I've got some Fioria. I have no idea how you say that. Anybody use this? It's hot on Instagram.
Oh, cool. Ooh.
Yeah. It's like
Little bit of
a
weed in there.
It's also a little stimulant action. So, link in bio if anybody wants to check that out. It's really good shit. Where I'm not supposed to. I love also how I've just been holding this little pot here. This one is broken, but I'll show you all the. I need to put this down, bitch. What are you doing? Get out of here! Get out of the shot. This is truly the best thing I've ever made up until I started recently redoing pottery. Look, I'm trying to like block the hole, but it's like this kind of speckled orange number. And then it's broken. But look at the inside. I mean, look at that crisp line. It's gorgeous.
So good.
Gorgeous. So that's all I mean. I have some other stuff. Some other stuff downstairs. Just thought I should bring this back for comfort.
That plant is a paid actor in your presentation.
My supporting role. You're doing great, babe.
Everybody clap for that plant.
Amazing. But yeah, I'm thrilled. I'm gonna drop off. I'm picking up my first batch of glazed stuff tomorrow, right? No, that's not true. I'm picking up a round of batch stuff, and then I'm dropping off 11 things that I've glazed for their final round of firing tomorrow. So more to come. It's pretty gratifying right now.
I'm so excited to see your glazes. I don't care if they're for kids. Funfetti. That sounds like fun to me.
One's like called Ink Spots, and it's like white with like black spots on it. It's just so cute. And I'm honestly, I am a little bit of a child, so it kind of fits. Like, I'm not here for like the kind of everything I just showed you. Some of it's cool, right? But like, it's kind of just like classic pottery. It's like the greens, the browns, etc. And I want to do weird shit.
I think that you have a really unique, fun, playful style. So the fact that you got like a fun, playful glaze, it's really just going to be the finishing touch, Lee. And I'm very excited for you. I will be buying several pots.
Yeah. Once I figure out how to, ship things without them breaking, but that'll come. I'll figure it out later. You know what I mean?
That'll come.
It'll come.
Yeah, and remember to stay on the lookout out for squattery, where I defecate into fancy vases.
Yeah, Colby, if you want to buy some from me and then use that as like kind of a funnel for your squattery thing, I'm happy.
Funnel.
Yeah, I'm happy to be a part of this.
If you were doing a funnel, we're doing the other way. Stuff into my butt. And that's a whole nother TikTok channel.
That is true. We could discuss that offline.
I can't give that name out. Hey, Brittany, let's go to our next guest, huh?
I'm ready.
Yay!
Bye.
I had a guest on my first bot. Can you hear me? Are you laughing at me?
No. Sorry.
I had our next guest on the first ever body language I did in Milwaukee. He's very funny, nicest guy. Really excited for you to see him and meet him. Coming all the way from Chicago, Illinois. John McCombs, everybody.
Whoa! Hey! Thank you. I'm so excited I knocked my headphones out. All right. Yeah, we did that. We did the body language show, which was fun. I taped up my nipples for everybody, so that was a little nice little electrical tape, by the way. Electrical tape.
Did you borrow it from me? Did you borrow it from me?
I don't even remember, honestly. I think maybe
did Lee have it?
Maybe I don't honestly remember, but that was a fun show. I remember every time I had a joke that landed, we played. You told us to have a song that they would play while we took off an article of clothing, and mine was the Marine Corps hymn, because I was in the Marines. And you found like a version of the hymn that was like played on the kazoo, which was the funniest fucking thing. I was just like this epic thing, and it's just like it was, oh man, great stuff.
I think it was like meant for children or something. Yeah, I don't know.
But no, that was a fun show. It was well attended, and it was great. And you do a lot of body positivity stuff, and our embrace your sexuality and all that. Which I'm like, have you ever had this? I've thought about this today. Have you ever like daydreamed about how productive you would be if you were like asexual?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm not the only one. Like, I'm not the only one who's like, if I just didn't worry about sex ever, like, I feel like I would be Bezos. I would be a billionaire. No doubt about it. Like,
I believe that so deep in my core, John. Like, it really resonates with me because I recently re-downloaded dating apps, and you don't want to be on them for long. Like, I want to download them and meet somebody that I want to like date and talk to, and then I don't want to be on them anymore. I just need like a consistent. I don't want to date. It's a pandemic, but a girl.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm in a relationship, and I've been in this relationship since the beginning of the pandemic. Well, yeah, we started dating in January of last year. We started dating January last year, so we've been dating officially for about five years now. So it's been great. No, but I can't even imagine like dating apps like right now, like the type of people you meet. Like, does everybody have like an obligatory photo with them with a mask on, or is that?
I don't know if I do. Colby is also wifed up. He has a very lovely girlfriend named Ola.
Yeah, clever Ola, everybody. Woo! She's wonderful. I love her.
Ola is an incredible human with fantastic handwriting.
It's true, the best handwriting, really cool handwriting.
The best handwriting I've ever seen. I matched with somebody a few weeks ago, and they like wanted to meet up, and they asked me to go to a bar, and I say in my profile that I'm sober. And I was like, okay, well, we missed that. And then I was like, well, I'm not really like going out right now, with the pandemic. I work for a family that has a compromised family member. And he was like, yeah, then this probably isn't going to work out because like I just kind of treat the pandemic like I did before. And I'm just like, okay. Dodged that absolute bullet.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yes, you did. How long have you been sober for, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I was sober for like a year and some change, and then I relapsed this past summer. But I just celebrated 5 months. Thank you very much.
Hey, there you go. All right. I had a period of sobriety there myself. I tried to go like a year without drinking, and I remember like the first date you go on sober, it's like I felt bad. I was like, why are we doing this? Like, well, you're a stranger. Like, I couldn't get that thought out of my head the entire time. Like, none of us should be here right now. We have zero reason to talk to each other.
This isn't like a funny thing, but I feel like I want to talk about it every time I talk about dating and being sober. Like, sex the first time whenever you're sober. If you're an alcoholic like I was, and you're having the only way you're able to like be intimate with somebody is to get like shithouse wasted. The first time you have sex with somebody sober is like, people do this? Like, what? Why are you looking at me in my eyes? This is too much.
How long?
Rachel is asexual, by the way. Shout out to Rachel. And they accomplish a bunch of shit. They make so much shit. It's awesome.
There you go.
Oh, so good at drawing.
There you
Really
go.
cool
They're
drawings of us.
I have
Pages like
a friend of mine in Chicago. He's not asexual, but he doesn't. He's a virgin. He doesn't masturbate or look at porn or anything. It's just his choice, whatever. But so he writes like a maniac, and I mean a maniac, like literally multiple notebooks, and I had to shame him into putting spaces in between his paragraphs. I'm like, dude, you look like a serial killer when I open this thing. It's
just the wall of text.
Yes, yes. I'm like, you don't even know when one joke ends and another begins, dude. It's like I feel like I saved room this way. It's like, dude, no, just.
Does he have really tiny handwriting or like really big handwriting?
I honestly don't know, but I was able to shame him enough. And see, that's the thing about bullying people don't talk about is like sometimes it works out and makes people better. Okay,
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to feel a little self-conscious about a mistake you're making. So productive bullying, I say, productive bullying is a thing.
I believe in this because I constantly think to myself of the ways that I am failing and making everything worse. And if people have no concept of that, I have to remind them of theirs.
Oh yeah. Well, shoot. I mean, being in comedy, how many people do you know are like, you should just not do this? Like, and they're like, nah, that was good. That was like. Nobody laughed. What are you basing that off?
For years and years and years.
Yeah. So many people where you're just like, oh, you think this is therapy. Instead of saying these things to a therapist, you're saying them into a microphone.
Yeah. When I feel like there's going to be about a week when like we're totally opened up, like the pandemic is largely under control, where we're just excited to be back doing live comedy, and then after that week, it's just gonna go back to the same. We're just like, this is bullshit. Like most of you need to quit. Like, yeah, it's good. But yeah, blissful week, and then you have that first person get on stage and yell the N-word, and then it's gonna be like this. Why do we do this?
Just a single tear down the face.
Yeah. By the way, I apologize for my cousin in Little Rock, Brittany. Sorry, you got offended for his post. I don't know why. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, the guy himself, like in the group, he ended up deleting his post. Like I commented something along the lines of like, I don't know what you're going for, but this is not the way to go. And he said okay, and then deleted it, which I actually had a lot of respect for it. Like he didn't argue back with anyone really. He just like deleted it, which I kind of appreciated.
I don't think enough people were ragging him on being called comedian day so funny. It's just I can't. Oh my god, this is the thing with black comics. Okay,
I feel like a lot of people have.
Okay, but I know it's a thing with black comics. I don't usually see it with like white comics, but like just having like the comedian or so and so. And actually, here in Chicago, there's this like, are you familiar with the Chicago Reader?
No, not really.
Okay, it's like a local magazine. In any case, they do this like best of yearly edition, and so they have a contest where you could vote on like the best comedian, and so it's just like it's all bullshit. Like no one really cares. But like there's one comic who doesn't give a shit, and he actually put another comedian's like title in his description of himself. So it's like, John, make the world laugh Stockwell. And so the comedian who's called like Make the World Laugh got super butthurt about it and like confronted him. And it's so funny. It's so I don't know if I can send the link to you of like just the photo he put up for the to vote for him, but it's so good. It's all right. I'll find it and I'll if I don't know if you all could put that up at some point, but I'll try and see. if I can send that to you. Hey.
It's pretty. I always get a real kick out of those local voting things because with food and restaurants, it makes perfect sense. Like a lot of the best brunch places, that makes sense. But I feel like every time with any sort of entertainment, it's like, do people really care about these things? Are these actual things that people are winning?
It's really. I mean, saying someone who's the best comedian, I think, is so. Comedy is so subjective anyway. So, who I think is the best comedian, it doesn't really matter. Or like we all three of us probably have different opinions on who we think the best comedian is. So, Colby, who do you think's the best comedian?
Fuck, I was muted. Earthquake was my answer.
Earthquake.
It would have been funnier a second ago. Son of a bitch.
Not Hamburger Jones.
See, he's number 2. Hamburger.
So my girlfriend's Finnish, and I showed her Hamburger Jones on Def Jam, and she's just like, I don't get it. What it like? This is. I was loving the fact that she just didn't get why this guy would say hamburger. You owe it to yourself, honestly, to honestly, me dating a foreigner is like me in a sense experiencing things from a whole new perspective. I feel it's like when parents have kids and they're like, oh, now they get to see what Halloween was like again. As for the kids' perspective, now I'm like watching movies and listening to music, and like she has a wholly different experience. She thought like rap music for the longest time was literal. So she thought Candy Shop by 50 Cent was about a nice guy showing women around his store. Like,
I'll take you to the candy shop.
Yeah, and I had to break it to her that like. Well, I had to break it to her. I'm like, yeah, just about. Almost 100% of rap songs are about sex. It's just like, what? Like Lollipop by Lil Wayne? Yeah, a lot about sex. That's...
a great deal of it is about sex, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Neither.
But what would rappers rap about if they were, if they were asexual? If they didn't think in that terms, I guess just money, right? They'd just be like,
money. That has to go somewhere. It would have to go into like sharing, like a lot of like.
They would rap about like
trauma sharing, and then
they probably rap about like stocks and bonds and mutual funds and shit like that.
A very real educational analysis of like what's going on with GameStop right now to me. I'd be like, oh
yeah,
yeah, in-depth stuff about like Bitcoin and.
If somebody could explain to me what Bitcoin is, I will Venmo you $20.
It's been explained to me so many times by my friend in depth, and it goes in one ear out the other.
That's the problem. People are trying to actually explain
money, which is just
what it is to you. It's a bit of code that it's the same as. I mean, honestly, it's the same as having $1 in your pocket. It's not worth anything, really, but we assign it worth, and so that's the thing with Bitcoin is we assign this bit of code worth, and so now though. It's growing in value because more and more people are using it. More and more companies and governments are recognizing it as actual money.
Yeah.
So that's why it's going up in value. So
yeah, the blockchain is what I never understand, or like what mining is, or a bunch of computers doing calculations somewhere.
Yeah, it's all like you could do a whole podcast about this shit, but. I made money off of it, so I've got some Bitcoin, and I'm in here. Yeah. I'm out bankrupting these hedge funders. Fuck them.
I bought $100 worth yesterday of Ethereum.
Oh, okay.
Sounds like magic.
That one's a riskier one. I don't know a whole lot about it, but it's got room for growth, I think. But I don't know. Brittany, your like eyes are glazing over right now. You're like,
I'm just thinking about like all of the actual like dollars I've made off selling nudes, and I'm like, that's like kind of imaginary money too. Like, I
Yeah.
didn't really
All
work for
all
that.
money is
Like,
all money is imaginary. I mean, it's just paper. So
I just manipulated somebody into buying a picture that I give away to people for free.
hey, I manipulate people into thinking I'm charming and humorous, like, and they give me money for it. So, and foreigners give me money for it. I tour in Europe. I don't know if you knew that I do tours overseas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Tell
Yeah.
Colby a little bit about it, and tell us a little bit about it. We're all
Yeah. So I've been touring. I don't know for how long now. At least I've done like 3 tours so far. So I go overseas, I go to Europe, and I do shows out there. And I mean, the demand is there and the money's there. So I mean, in a lot of places they let you. I mean, if you gotta self-produce in some places, but like if you know what you're doing, you can get a show, and if you market it correctly, you could net the entire door. There are some places I'll give you the entire
Holy
door.
Christ.
Yeah, and so you can stand and make like $1,000 in a night. So it's a very lucrative market. But I was actually gonna go full time last year, and then the pandemic happened. So now here I am working at a call center essentially in my room. Fun. I did a handful of live shows